What if that 50-cent bowl on your counter quietly pushed your blood pressure through the roof, bathed your noodles in stale oil, and, once in a while, slipped in a contaminant you'd never see or smell? Would you still rip it open and call it dinner? Number 10. Nongshim Shin Ramyun. Iconic, comforting, spicy, everywhere. But large global brands still rely on sprawling supply chains, and in recent years, some markets reported detecting a sterilizing chemical residue in certain seasoning lots and issued recalls out of caution. Add that to bowls that can hit very high sodium levels per pack, and you've got two reasons to turn this into an occasional treat, not a staple. If you love the flavor, make your own Shin-style base at home with chili flakes, garlic, and a splash of low-sodium soy. Then use a much smaller pinch of the actual packet to finish. Number 9. Nissin Cup Noodles. Newer paper-style cups and modern graphics make it feel updated, but don't let the glow-up fool you. The hook is the same. Fried noodles, a heavy seasoning base, and a sodium punch that can wipe out most of a low-sodium budget in a single slurp session. MSG isn't the villain some people think it is, but the blend of salt, fat, and umami is designed to be irresistible and easy to overdo. Flip the cup, read the panel, and treat that number like a stop sign. Cook the noodles separately, stir in veggies and leftover chicken, and start with a quarter packet. Then add a pinch more if you genuinely need it. Number 8. Maruchan Instant Lunch. Peel, pour, wait. Easy. But that convenience cup isn't just holding soup. Hot water can interact with the cup material, and the broth can turn into a salty overload fast. Many flavors land near a day's worth of sodium in one serving once you drink the broth. The noodles are typically pre-fried, which can mean exposure to oil that's been heated repeatedly before it ever reaches your stove. If you must, ditch the foam cup, cook the noodle cake in a pot or microwave-safe bowl, use half the packet and pile on real food, greens, scallions, egg, tofu, so the seasoning isn't doing all the work. Number 7. Samyang Buldak Fire Noodles. Fun for a dare. Not so fun if you're the one with the sensitive stomach, heart meds, or reflux. Some very spicy variants have drawn safety advisories in parts of Europe because extremely high capsaicin can be rough on vulnerable groups. Pair that heat with a hefty sodium load, and you've got a double whammy. If you're chasing the thrill, keep it rare and tiny. Split a pack with friends and add plain noodles to dilute the burn. For seniors or anyone managing blood pressure, skip the challenge entirely. Number 6. Jin Ramen. Gentle aroma, mild taste, and a salt number that can be anything but mild. The trap with mild ramen is you don't feel the danger on your tongue, so it's easy to eat it often. Pre-fried noodles also bring the usual fried oil baggage. If this is your comfort pack, boil the noodles in plain water, drain and rinse briefly, and rebuild the bowl with broth you control, unsalted chicken stock, mushrooms, ginger, then add only a dusting of the packet. Number 5. Indomie Mi Goreng. A beloved classic, especially for late-night dry noodle cravings. But the flavor comes from concentrated oils and sauces plus a salt packet. So the sodium stacks up, and the oil-based components can taste tired if they've sat warm. In some places, authorities have spot-checked seasoning components and asked for recalls when trace sterilizing residues turned up. None of that means every pack is dangerous. It means treat it like a treat. Use a fraction of the oil and sweet soy, add real shallots and a runny egg, and let actual ingredients do the heavy lifting. Number 4. Mama Shrimp Tom Yum. The aroma is fantastic. That's the point. Powdered flavors and very volatile aroma compounds are engineered to bloom big and fade fast, which can mask a rather ordinary, very salty base. If you're chasing real tom yum, a spoon of lemongrass paste, a squeeze of lime, a few shrimp or tofu cubes, and a splash of fish sauce can transform a plain noodle block far better than dumping a full packet. Number 3. Ace Cook, Nahau Hau, and similar variants. Budget-friendly, widely distributed, and often very salty per pack. Like other big producers, the noodles are typically pre-fried, and seasoning components are sourced at scale. So when a supplier trips up, it can ripple widely before anyone notices. That doesn't mean every bag is problematic. It means you should control what you can. Frequency, packet size, and add-ins. If you're cooking for someone older, make instant the base, not the whole meal. Half packet, extra veg, protein, and lots of water on the side. Number 2. Jin Ramen, the mild is harmless myth. Part 2. It bears repeating because this is where many people get burned without heat. Mild, creamy, or original versions can carry some of the highest sodium counts on the shelf. For anyone on a cardiac or kidney plan, one bowl can blow past a reasonable daily target. Make it less risky by cooking the noodles, draining, and tossing with a quick pan sauce you mix yourself. Ginger, garlic, a dash of low-sodium soy, a teaspoon of sesame oil, then sprinkle in a tiny bit of the seasoning for familiarity. Number 1. Maggi. Generations grew up on it. That's why this one stings. Years ago, parts of India pulled Maggi off shelves after regulators said certain samples exceeded limits for contaminants, prompting massive recalls and retesting. The brand returned. But a blow like that lingers if you're buying for someone with health constraints. Combine the trust dent with a typical instant noodle nutrition profile, fried noodles, high salt, and you've got a brand that seniors in particular should treat cautiously. Nostalgia is real. It's just not a nutrition plan. So what do you buy instead? 2 safer picks that respect your body as much as your cravings. Safer. Pick 1. Lotus Foods, rice ramen, and similar air-dried options. Air-dried noodle cakes skip the deep fry, which means you avoid pre-fried oils and get a cleaner texture. Seasoning blends tend to be simpler, and some flavors stay well under typical sodium bombs. Use broth you control and season to taste with miso, scallions, spinach, mushrooms, and a jammy egg. It's still instant, just not industrial. Safer pick 2, Nice and Rao. Designed to emulate shop-style ramen with better noodle texture and broth bases, many Rao varieties use non-fried noodles and a liquid soup packet which can deliver flavor without leaning as hard on salt. Start by adding only half the soup base, taste, and adjust. When the noodle itself is good, you don't need a wall of sodium to enjoy it. Here's how to make any packet smarter immediately. Cook the noodle in plain water, then drain and rinse briefly to knock off surface starch and oil. Build your broth separately, boxed low-sodium stock plus ginger, garlic, or a spoon of miso, and add the seasoning in small pinches until it tastes right, not until the packet is gone. Add real food, a handful of frozen peas, spinach, bok choy, mushrooms, tofu, chicken, or an egg. And hydrate. Salty bowls dehydrate you faster than you think. Quick gut check questions before you buy. Would you still want this if the packet were half as salty? If the answer is no, you don't want the noodle, you want the packet. Does the label list fried noodles and a sky-high sodium number? Slide it back. Is the cup material something you plan to pour boiling water into? Transfer to a mug or bowl you trust, then season lightly and eat. Your next doctor's visit often reflects your bold choices more than your intentions. Swap deep-fried cakes for air-dried, replace packets with pantry staples, and make instant noodles the side character, not the star. You'll feel the difference in your rings, your sleep, and your blood pressure cuff. Tell me this, which instant brand are you retiring tonight, and which one shocked you the most? Drop your story. I read every comment. If you want a breakdown of frozen meals that might be more chemistry set than dinner, say the word, and I'll dig in next.